Well, it is here, the second, or the first full trailer? I don't know. I already did a trailer reaction to the teaser, I think it was, and now here I am again. You guys wanted to know what I thought, and I wanted to say it. I'm always happy to say what I think about things. That's one quality of mine that will never go away, I think, it seems. What is it? Overcomer. Man, I just ran up the stairs. Okay. Overcomer is the upcoming Kendrick Brothers film. Apparently comes out in August. Kendrick Brothers, of course, are the people who made War. You guys know. They'll probably say it in the trailer. I haven't seen this yet, but all those movies that your grandmother loves and your church says, look, we're taking a team and you're going because you have to drive the van. They got a new movie coming out, and I've already seen it. That's right, because I'm special and important and better than everybody. I went to a film conference and they showed it to some of the people who were there. I think I'm allowed to say that. I'm pretty sure I am, because they said at the thing, be sure to tell people that you saw this, but don't review it. I think as long as I'm positive about the viewing experience, then I'm able to say that. I will say then that it was a positive viewing experience. I can't say anything negative, so I won't say anything else. I only mention that not to brag. I mean, a little bit to brag, because come on, what a weird thing to brag about. Hey guys, I got to see a Christian movie before it was cool. So like, just anytime. Is that it, Kevin? Is that what you're saying? Sick burn on Christian movies there, Kevin. Good job. I also mentioned that to say that you guys wanted to know what I thought of the trailer, but obviously I'm not going to be speculating about what might or may not happen in the film, because I already saw it. Just keep that in mind. Just know that, like, I'm just going to watch the trailer and say whatever pops into my brain, and we'll go from there. You guys get it. You understand. Thank you to all the new people who've stopped by, because they're like, I wonder what the trailer looks like, and I wonder what people have to say about it. Well, you're gonna get the full shebang here. You're gonna get to hear me say all the things. All right, gotta start off, of course, with the trailer of the trailer. You need to do right off the bat, from the creators of War Room and other movies. Well, let's check this out. I went on set because I work with Christian cinema and stuff. On the day, like, my car was over here, so you don't get to see my car, which is good, because it's an ugly old car. But it works, so I keep on keeping on. This had equipment on it, so they've like removed equipment that was there, and it looks really good. I'm interested to see if this is the final version or if they're gonna do more, but I don't know. I find that stuff so fascinating, and I'm grateful that I was able to go and be on a real movie set. Even if it's, you know, a Christian movie, it's still a super professional place to be honest with you. If I'm honest with you, and I am. I always try to be honest. So it's cool that they were able to like remove those things for this drone shot. Cougar Nation, wow.
The town's oldest manufacturing plant is closing its doors.
Most of my players.
I'm going to choose to believe that this movie is actually a sequel to Facing the Giants. There's no reason to do that, which is probably why they didn't. They're probably hoping more people see this than, you know, Facing the Giants. But I encourage you to choose to believe that this is a sequel to that, and that this is just the character from Facing the Giants 15 years later, and that's not a basketball game, it's a football game.
I'm down 3 coaches, but I do think I have a solution for cross country.
No, not the final solution. Come on.
I don't even like running. Don't die. Don't die. Cross country's not even a real sport.
Why would anyone want to do this?
I'm just impressed that you finished.
You are my best option.
Y'all here for tryouts?
No, sir, we're just hanging out.
They're just hanging out? They should be watching a Say Goodnight Kevin video here. If they're not, then how can I relate? I can't. That's all I do is watch my own videos, so.
I had one girl show up and she's got asthma.
Oh, you mean Hannah Scott?
Oh, you mean Hannah Scott, the asthma girl. We all know her.
Why have a season with one runner?
One runner matters.
All runners matter. No. I don't think I've made a single joke that isn't going to get me in trouble.
So you changed force, and you still got no team. Well, that's sad even for me.
This guy right here, I really like him a lot. The actor and the character in the movie. I think he's the best character in the movie. So keep an eye out for him.
I get it. You have to coach cross country, but it's not the end of the world.
For someone who knows the Lord, you're acting like somebody who doesn't.
You give some very inspirational speeches to your players about stepping up under pressure and going the extra mile.
I like that line. Little Lauren Daigle.
Life is worth so much more than this.
To who?
When you find your identity in the one who created you, It'll change your whole perspective.
I suppose this is the Kendrick Brothers track and field moment. I've said this joke a million times. I probably will say it a million times more because I think it's so funny.
Something or someone will have first place in your heart.
Where's your team? She's right there.
What have you allowed to define you?
Is that?
That's Hannah.
This part, I'm like, for Narnia! Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Overcomer, the movie. This time, it's for real. Looks interesting. Okay. As a trailer, I'm a little disappointed in it. It feels like it's showing a lot of the main beats of the film. On the other hand, like, what do you want? What do you expect? This isn't Avengers. But who knows? Maybe, just maybe, this trailer is just showing the first 15 minutes, like with Endgame, of the film. It's like, well, what's gonna happen there at the end? You don't know. Will somebody become a Satanist? Nobody's asking these questions because it's a Kendrick Brothers film. So you know what you're getting when you're going into it, and a lot of people like the Kendrick Brothers. I have spoken positively in recent days. If you want to know, you can check out my podcast. I think that they're just a genuine group of people. Does that make them great filmmakers? It doesn't. It doesn't make them that. They are nice people, and I think that that's why a lot of people really like supporting them. Though I don't support movies because I like the people who made them. I support movies, or I watch movies that I enjoy. I'm looking forward to this coming out, and I like the message here, where it's obviously it's preachy. Even in the trailer, it's like, oh, who do you find your identity in? And I think that's a good message. Obviously, they're gonna say, where you find your identity, it's gonna be Jesus. I mean, I don't disagree with that. If you want to believe that, it's fine. But personally, as a Christian, I do find my identity in Christ. And I think that's something that a lot of Christians don't do. As the Kendrick Brothers have said, their movies are for Christians, even though people who aren't Christians can watch them. And so there is an identity crisis within the church. I think this is why I often talk about how Christian movies seem to lack confidence. If you really believe this thing that you claim to believe, why are you not confident that you could tell just a story and that God can use it, that God can affect people's hearts? That's a huge message of my channel. If I have a message, it's that I think Christian movies often reek of insecurity. I don't see why people need to be so insecure. If you believe that you know and have a relationship, a friendship with the God of the universe. Again, I know a lot of people who watch me don't believe that stuff, and that's fine. I believe that, but that's why, to me, I'm like, I don't have to talk about this stuff. I don't have to put it in every video, but since it relates to what we're talking about, I'm happy to talk about it, but it's something that I often question in terms of finding out more. I think it's something that you should constantly be asking questions about and searching for answers and discovering new things, whether it's reading the Bible or reading about the Bible, reading people's thoughts and commentary and other faiths and other religions. I mean, I think it's important to stay open-minded, but also be open to the possibility that Christianity may actually be true. So that's me. I don't think it's a bad message. I don't know if it's a marketable message. I don't know if it's a message that will resonate with people. This kind of abstract identity. It's not be a better dad, be a better husband, be a better football coach. It's a deeper topic. I'm looking forward to seeing how the final version looks and how it turns out and how people respond to it. Because those are often two different things, like how well constructed a movie is or whatever, and how people respond to it. Because people will often say, Kevin, the movie reached its target audience, and that's the important thing. Which is fine. But oftentimes that just means it set a message that the people who are watching already agree with. You look at movies like God's Not Dead 3, which didn't reach its target audience. I talk about that movie a lot because it's kind of an anomaly. It's surprisingly good for a movie that is in the God's Not Dead franchise, but it's not a great movie, but it's a well done film within that franchise, but it has a message for people who would watch a God's Not Dead movie, and I think they didn't like it. They didn't rally behind supporting a message that was directed at them. It's one thing to preach to the choir in the sense that you're saying something the choir already agrees with, but as Christians often say, sometimes the choir needs to be preached to. True. But oftentimes, whenever a movie actually says the things that the choir needs to hear, they don't rally to support it. And is that good? Is that bad? I mean, I don't know. I'm just observing. So I think this movie has the possibility of having a message that is a little bit deeper for a Kendrick Brothers movie. Again, it's going to have a message that's a little more abstract, but maybe applicable to the world in a way that's not as rallyable. It's not as easily taken to the streets to pass out posters and text to your friends or buy a book, you know? We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for checking out this video, and I will talk to you all next time. If you like my show, if you like the stuff that I say, if you like my reviews, a good way to keep it going is to check out my Patreon. Now, that Patreon isn't just for me, it's for you as well, because whenever you sign up for Patreon, there's all sorts of great goodies. For example, some of the people who do that are Jacob and Emily Rugrock, Amanda Stewart, the Barely Protestant podcast, the Ask a Christian Counselor podcast, and the Voicey Here YouTube channel. Every month I have a live stream. Every now and then I send out t-shirts and gifts. I also will do exclusive content just for Patreon. I often will release my podcast early on there, and it's usually the extended, full, long interview, not my edited down version. That and a lot more, you can check that out at patreon.com/saygoodnightkev. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later. Good night.